always think of royalty demanding velvet robes, excluding all the lowly ones, defeating humble hopes. We measure worth by access, by status and by name, and write a list of privilege built on our earthly fame. But the Father's guest list had the shepherds first in line. The humble, rough, forgotten ones were chosen for the sign. He did not call the powerful, the wealthy, or the proud. He simply chose the honest hearts kneeling within the crowd. The King came not to judge our sins from an unreachable domain, but to share the weary burdens, the poverty and rain. The stable door was open wide, no guards to turn us back. The Incarnation made a bridge across the lonely track. But the Father's guest list had the shepherds first in line. The humble, rough, forgotten ones were chosen for the sign. He did not call the powerful, the wealthy, or the proud. He simply chose the honest hearts kneeling within the crowd. The distance of the heavens was suddenly erased. The holiness of God was gently held in place. If they can kneel before Him, the simple and the least, then grace extends its welcome to the King's own simple feast. The Father's guest list had the shepherds first in line. The humble, rough, forgotten ones were chosen for the sign. He did not call the powerful, the wealthy, or the proud. He simply chose the honest hearts kneeling within the crowd. He is the giver of the breath, the master of the store, the architect of mountains, the one we must adore. He owns the cattle on the hills, the silver and the gold, yet found no vacant dwelling, the ancient story told. The owner had no key to lock a stable door in town. The King of all the universe had nowhere to lie down. He traded all his sovereignty for the comfort of a stall, to show us that the greatest gift requires no room at all. The inns were warm with firelight, the doors were bolted tight. The world was busy counting profits in the holy night. They could not see the treasure that was standing at the gate. The God who lacked possessions, arriving not too late. The owner had no key to lock a stable door in town. The king of all the universe had nowhere to lie down. He traded all his sovereignty for the comfort of a stall, to show us that the greatest gift requires no room at all. My heart is often crowded, refusing Christ his place. I fill my life with ownership, forgetting saving grace. But Bethlehem reminds me that the true eternal wealth is found in giving everything, not keeping it for self. The owner had no key to lock a stable door in town. The king of all the universe had nowhere to lie down. He traded all his sovereignty for the comfort of a stall, to show us that the greatest gift requires no room at all. Requires no room at all. The owner had no key. The owner had no key. That kept the cosmos whole was gentle on the air. The strength that held the oceans fast was lying helpless there. A blanket was a covering for all the burning light, a mystery of heaven hidden in a quiet night. This is the folded glory placed upon a bed of hay, the boundless power yielded just to show us all the way. He hid the blinding brilliance behind a simple cry, so we could dare to look upon the author of the sky.
We look for God in thunder, in the quake and crashing sound. We miss the silent miracle upon the holy ground. The greatest form of yielding was the choosing to be small,
to place all sovereignty within a child who knew our fall. This is the folded glory placed upon a bed of hay, the boundless power yielded just to show us all the way. He hid the blinding brilliance behind a simple cry, so we could dare to look upon the author of the sky. The Father wrapped his passion in a form that we could grieve. He made his own perfection, vulnerable and sweet. I bow before the paradox, the mystery I see. The God who chose to hide himself is now revealed. feeling me. This is the folded glory placed upon a bed of hay. The boundless power yielded just to show us all the way. He hid the blinding brilliance behind a simple cry, so we could dare to look on the author of the sky. The author of the sky. Folded glory. Folded glory. The prophet spoke of majesty, of nations kneeling down. We pictured golden chariots, a jewel-encrusted crown. But heaven chose a different map, a quiet, simple scene to validate the promise, where the hungry livestock lean, and the manger was the sign, the only proof we had to claim that God had left His highest throne to whisper us His name. The shepherd saw no grandeur, no armies dressed in steel, just the truth in the humblest place, to help a wounded spirit heal. The world was searching for a fortress, a mighty stone defense. The weary heart demanded a louder evidence.
But light was found in darkness, where no one thought to look. The chapter of redemption, written in a simple book,
And the manger was the sign, the only proof we had to claim that God had left His highest throne to whisper us His name. The shepherd saw no grandeur, no armies dressed in steel, just the truth in the humblest place, to help a wounded spirit heal. We often miss the miracle
us where we pray. Bethlehem's lesson lingers. You choose the weak and small. The King of all the ages comes to save us from our fall. The manger was the sign, the only proof we had to claim that God had left His highest throne to whisper us His name. The shepherds saw no grandeur, no armies dressed in steel, just the truth in the humblest place, to help a wounded spirit heal, to help a wounded spirit heal. The manger was the sign.
The light was soft and dim. The air was thick with barnyard scent, not hymns from seraphim. If he desired a palace, the whole wide world would yield. But the king of all the diamonds stayed hidden in a field. He did not ask for gold, he only asked for room to lie. He did not seek the human praise, the crowd's demanding eye. He chose the utter brokenness, where the humble can reside. The only treasure he required was our hearts laid bare inside. The world still chases currency, the comfort wealth can bring. We measure status by the gifts beneath the lights we string. But God reversed the value, He set the standard new by making His arrival accessible, honest and true. He did not ask for gold, He only asked for room to lie. He did not seek the human praise, the crowd's demanding eye. He chose the utter broken 'cause our hearts lay bare inside. Hearts laid bare inside. Ooh, did not ask for gold. We needed more than thunder, more than a written code. We needed God beside us upon the dusty road. A voice from flaming fire could not embrace our pain. We needed something tangible to wash away the stain. He had to have a pulse, a fragile human being, to feel the cold of winter and the dust beneath his feet. The love was not effective as a distant bright idea. He needed skin and blood to quiet all our fear. That blew the stars alight, the word that spoke the sea, was forced into the limit of a small humanity. He took the form of weakness to teach the world his strength, to show his perfect passion to the final saving land. He had to have a pulse, a fragile human being, to feel the cold of winter and the dust beneath his feet. The love was not effective as a distant bright idea. He needed skin and blood to quiet all our fear. The wise men knelt for more than just a theoretical king. They worshiped the reality of the joy his flesh would bring. The miracle is touchable, the promise we can hold. The love we long to feel is now worth more than gold. He had to have a pulse, a fragile human beat, to feel the cold of winter and the dust beneath his feet. The love was not effective as a distant bright idea. He needed skin and blood to quiet all our fear. Quiet all our fear. He had to have a pulse. We look for God in spectacles, in every noisy sign. We wait for grand announcement, mistaking human design. We thought the king would ride the storm, demanding all the space, but found him in a moment that required a faithful pace. He wore the quietest crown, adorned with simple straw, the king of all the ages did not break a single law. He claimed his final kingdom through a humble, silent birth, the truest, strongest miracle upon the waiting earth. The world still rushes forward, afraid to slow its speed, ignoring all the beauty of the very quiet need. But Bethlehem reminds us that the power is control. The greatest grace is given in a story meant to hold. He wore the quietest crown, adorned with simple straw, the king of all the ages did not break a single law. He claimed his final kingdom through a humble, silent birth, the truest, strongest miracle upon the waiting earth. Let me seek the stillness where the spirit starts to move, away from all the fanfare that the worldly ones approve. The God who spoke the universe is whispering my name. The silent, peaceful promise puts all other things to shame. He wore the quietest crown, adorned with simple straw, the king of all the ages did not break a single law. He claimed his final kingdom through a humble, silent birth, the truest, strongest miracle upon the waiting earth. Upon the waiting earth, the quietest crown, the quietest crown. We know the day is coming when the heavens will divide, when all the earth will stand to watch with nowhere left to hide. We wait for revelation, the thunder and the scroll, the final honest reckoning that judges every soul. But in that cold December, he came without the gavel sound. No verdict was delivered on that ancient silent ground. He showed his perfect mercy before he showed his might. cosmic scales away the failure and the fault, but chose to offer pardon at the manger's low asphalt. We expected a commander demanding every right, but found a gentle healer defenseless in the night. But in that cold December he came without the gable sound. No verdict was delivered on that ancient silent ground. He showed his perfect mercy before he showed his might. The cradle was a shelter, turning darkness into light. The law demanded payment, the justice must be met, yet Christ brought forward healing, refusing all regret. The time for final judgment was willingly delayed, so the gift of great forgiveness could openly be made. He came without the gavel sound. No verdict was delivered on that ancient silent ground. He showed his perfect mercy before he showed his might. The cradle was a shelter, turning darkness into light. Turning darkness into light. Without the gavel, we search for grand illuminations, a sign upon the height. We fix our gaze upon the sky for heaven's purest light. We always look for glory in the places far above, and miss the miracle descending, proving simple love. But you are the lowest star, the brightest shining near the earth. You chose a cold obscurity to prove your boundless worth. The light of God laid down to meet us in the dust and straw, fulfilling every promise, correcting every flaw. The world was built on hierarchy, on power and on might, expecting kingly armies to conquer every fight. But you reversed the structure, you humbled every claim, by choosing the least likely setting to pronounce your name. But you shining near the earth, you chose a cold obscurity to prove your boundless worth. The light of God laid down to meet us in the dust and straw, fulfilling every promise, correcting every flaw. My spirit bows in wonder at the logic you display. Is found not in the heights that you have made. It is found in the deep descent, the choice to be unseen, the old tinted arrival in the space where I have brightest shining near the earth. You chose a cold obscurity to prove your boundless worth. The light of God laid down to meet us in the dust and straw, fulfilling every promise, correcting every flaw, correcting every flaw. The lowest star. The velvet curtain of the night was torn by sudden light. Not a fanfare of a king, but a silence soft and bright. The angels lost their focus, stunned by what they had to see. A God contained within the breath of human frailty. We expected thunder's entrance, a procession on the street, but found the King of Ages lying in the bitter dust and heat. Oh, the shepherd's soul surrendered, leaving golden paths behind, the endless burning glory for the poverty of humankind. He traded all his splendor for a blanket and a manger bed. The highest price of freedom was the humble path he chose to tread. He became the little whisper, so the loud lost could be led. The wisest man brought frankincense, a token of his worth. But the only gold that mattered was the one that knew his birth. A child's cry, a simple sound that shatters all the noise. A quiet human heartbeat that replaces royal joys. This fragile tiny moment holds the answer to the claim that grace does not descend in fire, but in a whispered holy name. Oh, the shepherd's soul surrendered, leaving golden paths behind, the endless burning glory for the poverty of humankind. He traded all his splendor for a blanket and a manger bed. The highest price of freedom was the humble path he chose to tread. He became the little whisper, so the loud lost could be led. We sing of peace on earth, but fail to grasp the cause. The distance he was willing to travel so we wouldn't be lost. The greatest love is measured not in height, but how low it descends. The infinite became the finite for a purpose that transcends. The shepherd's soul surrendered, leaving golden paths behind, golden paths, endless burning glory for the poverty of humankind. He traded all his splendor for a blanket and a manger. The highest price of freedom was the humble path he chose to tread. He became the little the highest price, the humble path he chose to tread. Oh, the shepherd's soul, let the saxophone